Do you think everybody deserves to go to heaven? Now, was that strong? Was that too strong? But no, it's a serious question though. Cause like, do you think everybody deserves to go to heaven? Everybody deserves to inherit the kingdom of God? I'm just trying to pick your brain. Now, what does this have to do with the point? Does everybody deserve access to you? And I needed to put that example so you can get a full circle understanding of what I'm trying to communicate. Because as you can imagine, I'm pretty sure you would think, no, not everybody deserves access to heaven. Because, you know, there's a certain standard. There are certain requirements. There's a certain way of being to get into heaven. And the same thing can be applied to you and me and everybody, honestly. There's a certain standard. There's certain boundaries. There's certain requirements that needs to be fulfilled to have access. And it's that simple. It's really that simple. So if you think about yourself, if somebody's not meeting the standard, not meeting the boundaries, they're not meeting the requirements, why do they deserve to have access to you? Really talk about it. I got another one for you. Let's say you just had a baby. Precious little baby. You don't want nothing to happen to it. Let me chill. You want nothing to happen to the baby. So would you just let anybody be around your child? Anybody. Don't matter how much you know them for. Don't matter what kind of person they are. You just let them be around your kid. It don't matter. You see, I can understand if you don't love your child, you don't like your kid, you don't like your baby. I can see why you might be okay. But if you genuinely care for your child, and you genuinely want to protect your child and want nothing to happen, you wouldn't just let your child be just around anybody. So the same thing goes for you, where you just let anybody be around you. How much do you care about you? How much do you love yourself? How much do you want to protect yourself? Okay, then, if you really care about yourself, really love yourself, really want to protect yourself for certain energies, certain intentions from people, you wouldn't just let anybody around you. Here's another one. Not everyone can be a doctor. Not everyone can access that title. You know why? Because it has to be earned. Have to go get your bachelor's, then go through med school, then do a residency, I believe, and then you become a doctor. But not everybody can just wake up and be like, I'm a doctor. No, that title, those credentials are earned. So not everybody has access to that title. Going back to you. If it's not earned, they don't need to have access to you or to my mother. If it's not earned, if it's not aligned, if they're not meeting the standard, they don't need to have access to you. I really hope these examples put everything in full circle, but you will understand this a lot better the better you understand yourself. Because if you have low self-esteem, you don't find yourself worthy, you don't find yourself valuable, you hate yourself, you don't love yourself, you probably don't feel the need to be so strict on who should be in your life because you don't even care for yourself like that. And I really hope that's not you. And if it is you, I really hope one day you can grow out of that. Because it's true. Like, if you don't really find you don't know the importance of you, you don't understand your value, what you bring to the table, how rare you are, how exclusive you are, not everybody's like you. If you don't understand that about yourself, you probably won't understand what I'm trying to convey in this video. But you know you bring a lot to the table. You know you got a personality, you got a vibe, you got intentions that are unmatched. You're pure. You're real. You're raw. You're hopeful. You're genuine. And you know you bring characteristics like that to the table. You know the importance of hanging around you. If you know that, then you understand why not everybody deserves access to that. As I said in the previous examples. Something so beautiful, something so great. Somebody who couldn't even meet one of the standards has access to something like that. No. Don't meet the standard. So therefore you don't get access. Simple. Do you understand, like, your energy needs to be protected? You need to protect your energy at all costs. So you can't allow people who's going to diminish that energy, can limit your energy, taint your energy to be around you. Because you're putting yourself at risk. Same way how you would put your baby at risk. Sending them off to whoever, letting whoever be around your baby, your kid. Whether your baby is an infant or 4 years old. It's the same thing with you. You just letting yourself be around anybody. You putting yourself at harm. And granted, in general, dealing with people is a risk, not to scare anybody, but it's the truth though. Dealing with anybody is a risk. Because the only intentions you know is yours and God's. You feel me? However, you setting yourself up though, if you know there's somebody in your life, or you know somebody who's not fulfilling the requirements, and you continuously allow them to be in your life. You know. And you putting yourself in harm's way. And for what? Is it worth it? Your energy getting tainted? You draining yourself? Because when you allow people who have access to you, who don't deserve it, you're feeding into a black hole. You feeding into people who don't even align with you. All this does is affect you at the end of the day. And benefiting them. It affects you and it benefits them. No, it negatively, you know what I mean? You say that again. It negatively affects you and it positively benefits them. How is that fair? Life is not fair, but this is a fairness in life that you can control. You can control that fairness, and I know that's for sure, because it's your choice. It is your choice. So, because honestly, you allowing people who don't deserve access to you, have access to you, can be a sign of low self-esteem. It can be like, you know, this person ain't whatever. They're not aligned. Like, what does that say about you? That gives low self-esteem. That gives you don't know your worth. You don't know your value. You don't think you can do better, find better, be around better. That's what it's giving. And if that's the life you want to be though, like that's the life you want to live. Because it doesn't stop. I don't know how old you are, but this is how you living now. It'll be like that in 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50. That does not stop. It won't stop. Endless people going to have access to you that don't deserve it. It doesn't stop. So when you going to allow it to stop? Not everybody deserves it. You deserve to put yourself in a better position. You deserve that. But you can create that for yourself. But you can also block that blessing as well by being around the wrong people. And this is mainly for, like, like you see the signs. It's one thing, because like you can't do nothing if you're unaware. So if you're unaware of like the fact that somebody's not really fulfilling the standard or like respecting your boundaries, if you're not aware, then there's not much you can do. But if you're full blown aware that there's an individual who's not making the cut, and you still make the choice every day to engage with this individual, to let them have access to you, for you to jump over hoops for them, and they not trying to jump over nothing. They not even trying to stand. If you have that awareness and you're making that decision, like, you're harming yourself. So it's good, love. You don't think you deserve more? You don't think you deserve better? Like, come on. Even you having to be solo is better than bad company. Because then God removes so that he can add the right things. And you can remove it so the right things could be added in your life. Like, yes. So I hope you're hearing this and this message got through your brains. If not, definitely rewatch the first part. Because I feel like, I'm sorry, those examples are fire. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Those examples were fire. And how those examples, apply that to yourself, okay? Thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on this topic. Like, I want to know something. Catch you next time.